Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Buff Breakdown. Hey, happy October everyone, and a nice way to start with a buff on JP. So we recently had some Lost Belt 4 recollections on JP, and now it is time for Atlantis, and with that an Atlantis servant indeed got buffed. And as you can see, it is Hektor. Now they buffed his third skill this time around because his first skill and his MP have already been buffed once, so makes sense I suppose. So let's see what they did. So his third skill used to be a pretty basic disengage, which I always thought disengage is a pretty bad skill. It's not the worst of the actual vanilla skills out there, but certainly not a great one either. So on a 5-turn cooldown, he removed all debuffs from himself, did an up to 2k heal, and that was it. So again, a very basic disengage. It kind of sucks. It just sucks. So let's see what they changed. So now on the same 5-turn cooldown, he still removes buff or debuffs from himself. He still gets the 2k heal, but then we got two new lines. So now the full party gets a 20% attack up for 3 turns. So it's basically a charisma now. That's pretty cool. And also he gets a 20% battery for himself. So those are the two new lines because again, nothing was changed that already existed on the skill. Obviously now on a 5-turn cooldown, it is a very, very solid skill. Obviously it would be a lot better on someone else, I feel like, but it's still a really good skill, so can't really be mad about that. So they seem to be pushing Hektor into this pseudo DPS, pseudo support role, like he's half DPS, half support. Because if you remember, when they buffed his first skill, it also has a full party-wide 20% MP damage up for 3 turns as well, and some damage cut for the party too. So he actually does offer quite a bit to the party now. His MP even has an AoE defense down. It is sadly after damage though, because the buff kind of sucks to it, but yeah, I guess it's another thing that can help your team as well. And again, they clearly want you to pair him with another DPS. He's not supposed to be your solo DPS. Now, obviously, with the addition of a battery, people are going to be like, oh, how's the farming? Well, the farming, at least if you want to loop farm with him, will be terrible. It will not be good, so I would not even recommend it. A 30% battery would have been much better for that, so at least then he would have been able to do a standard comp with a 50 gauge CE, but with this, not doable. You would have to go like double Oberon shenanigans, and it just will not be worth it. But the question is, will he actually have some use in multi-core though? Because he does have quite a bit of damage for another DPS, and he can get that 20% for himself, so it's a little bit easier to get his MP. It's still a bit hard because again, with the append, he only gets 40% from his own kit. I really wish it would have been 30% on this battery to get 50% for free, but maybe there could still be some multi-core potential. I don't know. But certainly solo farming will not still be a thing for him. I just can't see that happening. Now we'll see if they ever buff his second skill still, because I think it kind of sucks because it's full RNG. It has an 80% base chance to stun one enemy for 1 turn and an 80% chance to do a tick down from them as well. So I really hope they still buff this at some point too, because then maybe he could even see more, use against bosses. Because as is, even with this buff, I don't think he's going to be that amazing on bosses either. Maybe, the only thing I can maybe think of is some multi-core, but I'm really trying, to find some kind of use for him. But yeah, it's a good buff though, so that's nice. So on the Lancer tier list this year, we had him on a D+, because really, you never really have a big reason to pick him. And with this, maybe you would. I'm still a bit hesitant to, bump him really high or anything like that. I still think he's not really going to see much play, but maybe like a C tier could be fine now. Yeah, we'll see. If people can prove me wrong, and I would love for that to happen, of course, that you can find some kind of cool uses for him, then by all means do let me know in the comments. But I don't think this will sadly change too much for Hektor, but it's certainly nice to see that they keep remembering him, and and low stars in general hardly ever see any love these days. So I'm still pretty happy though about this buff regardless. So there you go. I don't think anyone else got buffed today, so he's the sole Atlantis servant to get a buff. Maybe some more in days to come. I didn't check like banner rotations or anything like that, so there could be more hints there or whatever, but this is what we have to start October with, in addition to the recollection quests. So yay, we got sub content at least. Speaking of content, hey, if you liked the video, do me a solid and press like on it, and do subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because content-wise, we are also getting Halloween on NA, I think next week from the looks of it, since that's when the pre-release campaign ends, so you can expect to see more gacha from that side as well. I know you guys like that, of course. And hey, happy October, and hopefully it will be a good one. Alright, take care and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.